And welcome back to the channel. My name is Drew and you're watching Drew the Theme Park Dude. We're here for a brand new video. Will HHN 21 still be an anniversary year? So yes, it will be. Before I even get into any info, yes, it is going to be an anniversary year, 100%, because HHN 29 was last year, and then next year will be HHN 30, because this year technically is HHN 29.5, HHN Light, Diet HHN, whatever you want to call it. That's technically what it is. So yeah, kind of just giving us like a little taste of what next year is going to be like. Honestly, do I think there's still going to be safety precautions next year? Sadly, I still do believe that there are going to be some precautions. I do not think any actor will be up in your face. I also do not believe scare zones will be like how they have been in the past. And I don't think they will be like that for the next couple of years. That is just my opinion from what I've seen on the news and other resources. I just personally do not feel like Corona will be going away anytime soon. But I do think that theme parks and other places will be able to overcome it, especially with the vaccine and more. And I do think that they still will be able to hold an event. I do think it will still be a 10 house event. I do still think that it will still be scary, but I do believe that there still will be some minimal measures of plexiglass between you and the scare actors. Do I think they'll be like that for every single scare? No. I think that there'll be some scares that are far enough away, or like they're just like lights or animatronics that you do not even need, or puppets that you don't even need plexiglass to get in front of you. It will only be for the houses where they actually have real life actors get like right in front of you. That's where there will be that like little barrier. Also, do I believe face masks will be there? I believe face masks will be required within the houses and the queue lines. I do not think they will be required in the park themselves. I think they'll be optional in the park themselves, but they will be required when entering a house or a queue line for a haunted house, just because you're so much in close proximity. Do I think that they will be having the conga line style? I do believe they will be having the conga line style, and here's why. Because to have a full-on HHN event, you cannot have one party and wait like you cannot wait like a minute to send in the next party. So what I do think that they could have is maybe have like maybe a 4-foot, or maybe by then it'll only be a 3-foot barrier will be in between each party, but like it'll really be let next party through. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Next party. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And depending on how fast the party in front of you or behind you goes, you might become in that close proximity. So that will be a little issue that they will have to handle then. But we already kind of talked a lot about that, so let's get into, will HHN 21 still be an anniversary year? I already said earlier, yes, it will be. And the reason I do have Jack the Clown on my thumbnail from the tribute store is because, you know, they literally built an icon's house. According to another source, Rick's Flicks, which I kind of use a lot of his info, so major shout out to him, but I always shout it out when I do, so, I only use his info when I shout him out. But yeah, he said something where they were telling the team members how they get to Tooth Fairy, since it's in that big show building, as well as brides. They have to go through the icon's house to get to like their little spots, and they were seeing it be deconstructed. So that does mean there was an icon's house planned for this year for HHN, because obviously the tribute store room, kind of like Beetlejuice, there's a tribute store room, so you can kind of guess. Like, look at Universal Monsters. We have that room, and then we have the Universal Monsters The Bride Lives maze. So yeah, so you can kind of get a idea off of that. So I do think there was going to be an icons themed maze this year, which was going to be. So do I think that they're going to save that for next year? Without a doubt, 100% yes. They would not be that smart, I would say, to not have one next year. The only side I could see people seeing is because technically it is not the 30th year of HHN, because we did have something this year. Even though it's not called HHN, it's still kind of like it. We had 2 mazes with 100% safety precautions, which, daytime mazes. So, if you're a fan of that, there you go. But, do I personally think that they're going to not have an anniversary maze next year? I do not think that they're going to not have an anniversary maze, which means they will. Sorry. Okay. So, not even including the anniversary maze, the 9 other mazes, which most likely will be the anniversary maze, Beetlejuice, sense of the tribute store room, the Bride, and Tooth Fairy. So that's already 4 of the 10 mazes kind of confirmed right there. The 6 other mazes were heavily rumored to be Haunting of Hill House, but now I'm thinking that they could combine it for Haunting of Hill House and Haunting of Bly Manor, which is the brand new Haunting Netflix show. Still yet to watch it, but yeah. Also, I do think that they will have some form of Stranger Things 4. They could have maybe like a Netflix house where they have a mixture of Stranger Things and hauntings. Don't know. But that's already kind of 5 to 6 mazes. Then for 7, 8, 9, 10, I do think we'll be getting 3 of those will be an original and 1 more will be an IP. Which, the 3 originals, I'm guessing, will be more towards, we did get a Puppet Theater rumored maze as well as a Pumpkin Overgrowth rumored maze, which those 2 would 100% be there. So now we're on 7, 8, depending on if you count the Netflix house to be 1 big one or 2 side houses. The other IP, I would guess, could possibly be a, I'm guessing it's going to be a lesser known IP. Kind of like how Killer Clowns was kind of there as like the comedy maze of the year. I'm thinking they're going to have like Beetlejuice will be like that, but they're going to probably use a lesser known IP than Killer Clowns. I'm thinking I always want an arcade house. I don't know why. I love the Scare Zone. I think they could do so much with like maybe you getting transported into this game and your goal is to survive. I just think that they could do so much with that concept, but Universal, contact me if you want more ideas. But yes, to end off this video, will HHN 2021 be a first year? I know I've said that's like 10 times. Yes, it will be. And I do think that they will have a 100% Jack the Clown slash Icons maze. And this will be the first time I've actually ever been able to see Jack the Clown or any of the icons in person, because HHN 29 was my first year going. And there might have been some Easter eggs here and there of the icons, especially in Tooth Fairy. We could see some of the storyteller's glasses, and that was really... But to actually see a physical, like, icon character, I have never seen one. And to be able to hopefully be able to see one next year, that will be crazy. I'm still hoping for that Usher silver screen house where we get that Usher / director team-up house where they get to make a movie where you're the star in it. Still want to see that as well. Hopefully, maybe. I am guessing that there will be an Icons house as well as another anniversary house, which might be like Jack Presents 25 Years of Monsters Mayhem, but instead it could be Halloween Horror Nights Presents 30 Years, 30 Fears, and it could be something like that. On the kind of like 25 Years of Fear, but instead it would feature heavily scenes from the past 5 years, because 25 and 30, as well. Like we'd probably get a Ghostbusters scene in there. We'd probably get a Stranger Things scene in there. Probably Halloween, Trick or Treat. I think it heavily focused on the last 5 years, but I do believe we'd still be getting Exorcist, and the other stuff from before those, like maybe a scene from Gothic, Castle Vampire, Slaughter Cinema, which was in the past 5 years, but still, yeah. I'm guessing we will be seeing some of that as well, but closer to HHN 2021, I will be giving a more in-depth review, probably this summer, so be on the lookout for that, even though it's still a long ways away. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching this video. Please leave a massive like and subscribe. Brand new channel with notifications on so you never miss a brand new video. And have an incredible rest of your day, everyone. See ya. Bye.